What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to today's video where we have an epic war for you guys. Red Elite versus one of our alliance clans, SAC Kings Elite. Who will win this civil war? If you guys are interested in joining Elite Nation, make sure to check out our website, elite-nation.net. So guys, we're going to run through my attack first, then we have a hand-picked bunch of Red Elite attacks, and you will get to see who wins this epic war. Man, it was so close. This attack was done right near the end, and we needed to ensure that we at least got the 2-star on them Town Hall 11s. I really wanted more percent, but didn't quite work out. I'll run through you my attack and the plan of it. So the Town Hall being off-centered down to the south, I wanted to come in with the Queen as part of a Queen charge, just to kind of snipe that off and then concentrate on percent around the base. So there are quite a few defenses down here, but I was quite confident with healers and rage spells I could take that. Up in the north of the base, wanted to target that Eagle Artillery and get quite a bit of percent up there with the Bowlers and the King. And over on the western side of the base, the northwest, I noticed the Archer Tower there is kind of out of range of a lot of the other defenses if we can take that down. There's quite a few buildings that we should be able to take down, and we'll take some baby dragons for the rest. So let's get into it then, guys. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoy it, and subscribe for more Clash of Clans. Now, kicking off the attack, we start with a fail. So I wanted the baby dragon to target the army camp first. It didn't. As it happens, the baby dragon that went across to the left set off an air bomb, which I wasn't expecting, so kind of helped my healers a little bit. Managed to then have the Queen come in quite successfully, wall breakers utilizing that rage spell to just open up that pocket where she can get in right onto the Town Hall. I really wanted to use the Earthquake a little bit further across to the left hand side, but I was kind of hoping that the Queen might turn to the right here and take out this Archer Tower, because my healers are going to be exposed. But I was a bit worried about bringing in any balloons at this point, because that air defense would take them straight down, so I kind of just ignored it. The Queen did her job. Might have been better if she could have got a few more structures, but I didn't want to waste any air troops, so I'm starting to bring the baby dragons in from the right hand side whilst the Eagle is not activated. Then I bring in the haste spell on the left with a couple of balloons to get that Archer Tower down. Then bring in the baby dragon. I kind of wanted that to get a bit more percent over on the west. Just goes across to the left a little bit and ends up going down quite quickly. Coming in from the north then, I really wanted a lot of firepower and some percent from the top. Jump spell with the bowlers coming forward and a golem, King and Grand Warden in there. They could get that Eagle Artillery and hopefully clean up a decent amount of percent. As it happens, guys, we just about scraped the 50%. There are a lot of buildings here that we did expose over on the west. Didn't manage to take them out. We got the job done in the end. It was messy, guys, but that's going to happen from time to time. You're going to have fails. You're going to, things aren't going to go to plan. You're going to have to adapt. And hey, we wouldn't be human if we didn't have attacks like this. So I wanted to show you that. People have been asking for my thoughts on attacks and things, and if I could share a little bit more about my attacks and what I attack with. So that is mine. Let's move on to a Town Hall 10. So the first Town Hall 10 base here then, it is a dip attack, and we used our 11s in order to dip down and take them Town Hall 10s for the 3-star. That's kind of the meta nowadays, but you do still need to know the strategy involved with this. So we're coming at this first one with the Bowler Witch strategy. It's fairly standard stuff, using the witches and a couple of bowlers on the outside, where the healers can be really well utilized with the witches, and then we're pushing a main bulk into the middle. The main focus is making sure that you can get at them Inferno Towers quite easily. And what I quite like about this is where traditionally you would almost attack Infernos in a line so that you could jump to them, the wall pathing in the middle just makes it difficult for this style of attack. So we decide to come in from the southwest, and it means once we get into that little pocket, look, right where the clan castle is, we have access to both of the Inferno towers. The troops kind of split up. They lose track of the one on the right hand side, but it's not to worry. They're right within range of it. The Archer Queen quickly picks that up, and before you know it, with that jump spell for the back end, we've already taken out the main defenses here, and there's just a few left to clean up. Queen still has her ability, and well, this base is wrecked. The Bowler Witch strategy is a fantastic one for dipping. The witches, if you can keep them alive on the outside, they just slowly pick off the defenses from each angle, and then when you get to the end of the raid, you really have a lot of skeletons just getting spawned, and as you can see, there's literally an archer tower and a wizard tower here for this entire army, and well, they're not going to stand a chance. So there is a 3-star attack at Town Hall 10. I'll show you one more dip attack before we move on to some Town Hall 9 bases. Okay guys, so for this one, it's probably the most popular dip attack right now. It is the Mass Miner attack. If any of you guys are Town Hall 11s, learning down, dipping onto them 10s, the miners is definitely what you want to go for. Now I love the bowlers here, using that second boulder bounce in order to take out them extra buildings. I always like when people try and do that. Just missed out on the elixir collector. I just think it looks pretty neat. So what you want to do is basically create a funnel for your miners, because you want them to really get into the base, onto the defenses, but make sure that they can take out the base quick enough, because you can run out of time with the miners, guys. So coming in with the queen here, she's going to start taking out some of the defenses on the left hand side, but check this out. The miners struggle with splash damage. That's the main threat for them. Queen is going to walk up the left hand side here and be able to take out 3 wizard towers. That is massive. We then only have the bomb towers, the 4th wizard tower, and the inferno towers to worry about. So the CC is just about to go down. If there's ever a golem in there, that is tough for the miners as well, guys, so make sure you've scouted that. And then the king is coming on the opposite side, easily going to be able to take out these buildings, and it means that the miners, here they all come, nice wide spread, can just push right into the base itself, and they're not really going to have much of an issue. So the miners are the main bulk of your attack. That is where you want the Grand Warden. You want them to protect your main army. So as they come forward, it's really just using the heal spells as necessary. You can use a rage spell if it's going to help them get to that inferno tower quicker. I really like the use of the skeleton spell there as well, just to take some of the fire from the inferno tower pretty much. But as the miners come forward, the Grand Warden's ability gets used for that inferno tower, not a rage spell, and as it goes down, we then have the final heal to get onto them and boost them back up once it's down. Again, the dip attack here, when you get them right, they purely wreck bases. I mean, just check out how many miners are left there. But guys, I have had fails with the miners dipping the Town Hall 10. If the base is correct, you don't get that spread correct, you can get a fail. So just make sure you take your time, you have that funnel set up, you get the miner spread wide enough, and you should be onto a winner. So moving on to some Town Hall 9 attacks then. The first one here is using Mass Hog Riders, more of a Goho style attack. But check it out, guys, people always ask, can I take this base with lower level heroes? Well, here we have level 20 heroes, and they're taking out this almost max base. So as we come forward, standard stuff with the golems really. We're creating a funnel here, and we're pushing in to take out some key objectives. So check out the bottom of the base. We have the CC and both heroes that we can take out with that kill squad. Also, the splash damage, there's a wizard tower there, we can create a path to take some more defenses. So bowlers in the CC is always helpful at Town Hall 9. We've taken out a lot of key objectives, we've carved a little bit of a path in the base here, and what you want to do with Hog Riders is make sure you can narrow the amount of defenses they can go to, just so that you know exactly where they're going to go and you can utilize the heal spells effectively. So check this out, we bring them all in from a bit of a mass deployment on the left hand side, and again that's just because, check this out, there's no defenses in the middle here. They're going to go right the way in a semicircle around the base, so you can bring them in with that mass deployment if you know where they're going to go and you know you can heal them over them spots where there might be potential giant bombs, as in that one at the top there. Would have been sensible right next to the wizard tower. The hogs do get a little bit low on health there, but we managed to get that second heal spell in, and with only a few defenses left, this base is completely wrecked. The queen still has her ability, but she's down there bashing on a wall for no apparent reason. You just need to make sure with the Hog Riders that you do not run out of time. So there is a Tesla right in the corner there to try and help them run out of time. I used to always put a giant bomb over there as well, just to troll my opponent. But the wizards are fantastic for cleanup. Once you've taken out the defenses, just get them in, guys. Get them wizards in. There's going to be no defenses lock onto them, and that is going to help you with time. Generally speaking though, if you can save enough Hog Riders for the end of the raid, they are fast troops, guys. They will clean up pretty nicely. So there you have a brilliant example of the Goho attack, taking out them key objectives and really taking out the weaknesses of that base. Following on with the same theme, we have Master Brian doing exactly the same 6-pack on this wall with them level 20 heroes. Coming in from the bottom, he's using the same attack here, using the wizards first to just pick off a few buildings and create a funnel. Check it out again, both heroes down in the bottom, and the CC there, we will be able to push far enough into the base in order to get that drawn and take that out, so that the Hog Riders don't then have to deal with it. If there's wizards or splash damage troops in the middle, then it can spell disaster for your Hog Riders. So massive funnel over on the west, massive funnel down to the south. That means that our heroes and bowlers have only got one place to go. They're going to push straight into the base itself. Beautiful use of that jump spell to give them access. The heroes are down. CC comes out. Check it out. It was a mixture of troops. That would have been devastating for Hog Riders, especially with them wizards. I think I even seen a Valkyrie there, but it's not going to be an issue for our heroes and bowlers. And the same thing again. We've carved out a lot of the defenses here. Check out this kind of the third of the base to the west. We don't have to worry about it. Beautiful use of that single Hog Rider to take out that mortar. If we hadn't have done that, the Hog Riders would have had to track across to that. And check it out, there was even a giant bomb there. So there you are, guys. Just monitor the attack. Maybe it's just one defense that you need to sacrifice a couple of hogs onto. It would be worth it if it's going to help with pathing. And as you can see on this one, it means that the Hog Riders stick to that northern path of the base. We can use the heal spells in order to keep them up, because we know exactly where they're going to go. We can use it on massive amounts of Hog Riders, and the wizards you might have seen there coming in from the north. And again, we've managed to swag a heal spell as well on this base. It is completely demolished. Master Brian there really showing you how it is done at Town Hall 9. I really hope you learned something from them Hog Rider attacks. I really like where he came in from on both attacks and just carved that area so that he could control the Hog Riders and they weren't just running around, you know, running into giant bombs and areas where you couldn't heal the massive amounts of hogs. So brilliant stuff there by Master Brian. Just 2 attacks remaining in this war then, moving down to a Lavaloon style attack just to give you a little bit variety. It follows the same principles though, guys. Check it out. The queen down there and the enemy CC means that it's the prime area to come in from. It's almost like a bit of a troll to draw you into that area. You just have to make sure that you take it out effectively. You don't just throw everything in. I mean, you know, they want you to come from that area. They're obviously giving that up, but you need to make sure you do it effectively. So we've managed to use quite a few spells in that area. The bowlers in the CC didn't quite get them into the middle of the base there, but again for the Lava Hounds, we've carved an area of the base where they can come in and you can control the pathing of the balloons. We've also taken out 3 wizard towers, guys. For the balloons, the wizard towers are really one of the defenses that you need to focus on. The balloons will get locked onto the wizard towers if they clumped up, and you know, it can spell disaster. So we're still just being very patient. Haven't deployed the balloons yet, haven't deployed anything. The entire southern area of the base is gone. 3 air defense to pin the Lava Hounds onto, and check it out, each one of these defenses pretty much are within range of them air defense. Just the Teslas at the top, but it doesn't matter because you can use your spells where needed. We use that rage spell right over the area where the Teslas are, right where that wizard tower is, and they go down in a flash. Check it out, we have 2 Lava Hounds left flying around. The skeletons hopefully pop them. There's the first one gone. You kind of want your Lava Hounds to pop because then you have the lava pups in order to help with cleanup, but it's not going to matter in this attack. does pop in the end there, which is fantastic. Takes out the final archer tower. Now it can come down to cleanup, so just make sure you have them troops. As you can see, YOLO in this one has the wizards spreading them out on them buildings where the balloons would take a lot of time to get to. There's another one coming up the top there, so the balloons don't have to go to that area. If you can save a balloon or two, they can be fantastic because they do massive amounts of damage. It's just that they're very slow. So you could potentially drop one on these areas where there's high HP buildings and they can take them down pretty quick. We also had a haste spell to help them in this one, but it is not needed. Again, a very nice example of just taking out them key objectives and carving an area of the base where you can control the second phase of your attack. Let's move on to the final one of this video before we see who indeed won the war. So moving on to the final attack, is that an undercover agent over there? Jenny Minnie on the opponent's clan. So I had to show it getting 3-starred. We're using the same style that Master Brian used earlier with that Go-Ho style attack. Again, it's very straightforward stuff in terms of, you've seen this before, set that funnel, take out the objectives, just carve a path for the Hog Riders. So the Golems in first with the Wizards, create the path and the funnel so that when you've broken open that area, the heroes can come in and you can kind of control where they're going to go. So as they come forward here, we're really hoping to take out this area, get in and get the enemy queen, and hopefully the CC as well. So we kind of wait onto the bowlers just so we can be assured that they do indeed move into the base, but unfortunately that final building went down which redirected them around the outside. It's not going to matter though, because we have that jump spell. Queen jumps into that little compartment where she can get the enemy queen and the enemy CC, and that is a great start to the raid because again, you can see the third of the base. If you were to split the base into 3 sections, the entire section on the right hand side, this southeastern area, is gone. The Hog Riders aren't going to go there. We don't have to worry about that. We then bring them in a bit more surgically because this base is more spread out. There's more area where the Hog Riders would have to move around, more potential for them bombs. So it's starting on the perimeter, and then as the Hog Riders slowly move in, you can then use the heal spells where you can target most of the Hog Riders in a nutshell. So again, trying to take out the cannon on the outside there before the group of Hog Riders in the middle would have to go over there to take it out. As it happens, we just failed to get it out. There is a sneaky Tesla farm up the top there, but it's not going to matter. Bowlers continuing to walk around the outside of the base. So on this one, we decided to come in that little bit more surgical just because the defenses were more spread out. There was more areas where there could be giant bombs, and it just means that you can control the AI of your troops a little bit more. If one does go off, you're not going to lose so many of them, and as they merge together you can then control your heal spells, whereas if you threw them in and they were travelling right around the map to defences, you wouldn't necessarily get the most out of them heal spells. So that wraps it up for the attacks then, guys. Red Elite there showing you plenty of our attacks. It really was a close war, guys. It came right down to the wire, and we ended up drawing on stars. It really came down to percent, and it was SAC Kings Elite that took the victory with that 89% damage. So as we go down the map here, or up the map as it is, we managed to take out all of their 9s, we managed to take out all of their 10s, but it was the Town Hall 11s there that we managed to get 2 stars across them all, but just didn't manage to get any further 3 stars, whereas as we move across and move down the map here, they managed to get number 11 there 3-starred, which was the start of our 10s. And then from there, again, similar to ourselves, it was 3 stars all the way. They got all of our Town Hall 10s, bar the one there, 2 stars. So a very close war. It really went down to the wire. It was neck and neck who was going to win this war. And they are always the most exciting, basically, guys. It was super fun. Just wanted to bring it to you. Again, if you're interested in joining any of our clans from Elite Nation, make sure to check out our website. But that will wrap it up for this one. I've been your host, Judo Sloth. Make sure to subscribe for more Clash of Clans. And until next time, peace out, guys.